trivia day today. There's the Learned League Championship is happening today for me. They're staggering it over time, but I'm doing my stint as the Learned League champion today. And well, let me tell you how it works. You're in the top section. If you're in the top rundle, they invite you into the championship, and there's about like 650 people out of, at this point, about 23,000 that make it to this level every year. And they run 4 one-day specials, or 4 one-day games. I'm assuming it's like 6 questions, so it's 24 questions in packs of 6. And you don't know who you're playing, so you're just gauging the questions on the relative level of difficulty that you think they are. But you're running them back to back to back to back, and then they just record your answers and your scores. And then you're playing against somebody predetermined, somebody random. And if you beat them, then you go to the next set, and then you go to the next set, and then you go to the next set. Honestly, I'm not sure. We're gonna find out together. But then, yeah, they do all that in advance so that they can just plug the numbers in and just run the games. And at the end of it, whoever wins gets the scarf and gets to say that they are the best online quizzer in America, in the world. And that's kind of exciting. In terms of trivia, this is, if there's such a thing as majors and a Grand Slam tournament, then this would definitely be it. Yeah, I'm learning because this is the first time I've ever done it. I've been in this league for 10 years. Whatever, yeah, 10 years. I think this is this is the end of my 10th year doing this. This is my first time ever doing this, and I feel like Crash Davis in Bull Durham, where I've got I'm getting my cup of coffee in the major leagues, but I've done just fine in AAA forever. Like, I feel like that. AAA ball, if a person is playing AAA baseball, they're a really good baseball player, and I'm fine with my ability to quiz. But I'm aware that compared to the best quizzers, I'm good, and that's about it. Funny, there's been a viral video going around about longtime NBA journeyman, well, not journeyman, but like certainly like a guy. He was a guy, Brian Scalabrine. They called him Veal Scalabrini. His nickname, like, he had a bunch of nicknames. The White Mamba. He had a very clear sense of, like, he was just he's this white guy who played in the NBA for a good long time, was never a star, but was able to hold his own. And they interviewed him about something because he's a really interesting guy, tells good stories, has a ton of stories, and doesn't care. And at one point during the interview, he said, compared to these other NBA stars, compared to Michael Jordan and compared to, LeBron James, I was terrible, but I'm better than you. I'm better than any playground baller. I'm better than anybody anywhere. I'm a gangly looking white guy, but I'm a better basketball player than any of you. And so he issued a challenge. He said, like, any playground player anywhere, I will play one-on-one against you, and we'll see what happens. And he's like, that's fine. I think he put up some money, because, like, you spend whatever, like 10, 15 years, whatever it was that he played in the NBA, and he's done fine. He's made a good amount of money, so I think he may have put some money up, for a charity or something. Like, anytime I lose, I'll put $100,000 to a charity of your choice, like something like that. I forget what it was. That is not the case. So he played one-on-one, like, against, like, just in gyms against a bunch of different guys. Playground legends in their area, the best, like, Rucker Park type players ever, anywhere. And he smoked all of them. Yeah, I think they'll like to find, like, it was rare that anybody could get even a point against him, which kind of proved his point. Like, he's like, I'm good. I'm good enough to be in the NBA. I'm not good enough to be an NBA star, but that makes me 10 times better than you will ever be. And that's how I am at trivia. I am the Brian Scalabrine of trivia. But what that means in this case is I get to show up in the big leagues every once in a while. I get to go on Jeopardy, and I can beat, as long as there's not like a Hightower or somebody. I've got a puncher's chance against the greatest players. I've beaten Ken Jennings, I've beaten Brad Rutter, I've beaten, James Hightower. in individual things. But if you put me up against those guys, you know, in 10 games, they will win 8 or 9 of them, and that's fine. I'm comfortable with that. I'm comfortable with what I've accomplished as a quizzer. That said, I would like to put on a good showing today, which means I feel like I should go home and drill, because I've got a Zoom session with my proctor, with my game proctor, with my host in like a half hour. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what to expect. I don't play as often as I should. I should play more often. I've been too busy writing questions, which is fine, which is its own kind of practice. But I'm aware that I'm kind of transitioning from being, you know, a player coach to a coach, you know, from being a writer, just becoming a writer. And that doesn't lend itself well to playing these games terribly well. But I am very proud of the skills I do have. And if you are not a Jeopardy champion, or you're not somebody, you know, if you're not an A-Rundle, I will beat you. If you are not somebody that is at the top of their game, honestly, if I know you, I know who you are. If I don't know who you are, I can probably beat you. You know, I am not the best, the person I know by any stretch. This is classy. Great, thanks. So I may completely shit the bed on this Learned League quiz, but I'd like not to. And I will totally throw down a Scalabrine style throwdown showdown. If I haven't heard of you and you want to quiz against me, bring it. I will absolutely beat you in a random 50 question general knowledge quiz.
Can I ask you something if you don't mind?
Sure.
You live in this building, right?
Yeah.
When Amazon, because I just moved in here, when Amazon has to deliver something,
Yeah.
they don't have, I'm not home, what they usually doing here?
They'll usually try to be helpful. Anyway, wish me luck. We'll talk later. Ciao. So, update. So I did the Learned League Championship today. Was proctored by a good dude who was really helpful and made a point of not laughing at anything I said, which was probably for the best. I won't reveal what the questions are because that's part of the rules. They're running the championship sessions for the next month. But I would like to congratulate the person that I play in the first round preemptively, because they're moving on to the second round. The game consists of 4 rounds of 12 questions each. And yeah, whoever it is, I mean, I'm not gonna make it. I don't think I embarrassed myself, but I also don't think I did enough to win. But I don't know, who knows? Maybe somebody else is gonna crap the bed. My second round set, I think I did better. So if I, by some hook or crook, get into the second round, then I have a shot at getting to round 3. After that, things fall back apart again, and I die 1,000 screaming deaths. But the Brian Scalabrine argument, I think, is pretty legit. I will look into what the rules are as far as sharing the questions once they are able to be shared. I think they're basically there. I mean, the questions are certainly burned. I was pleased to be able to pull a couple of good hard answers out of my butt. And then there were a couple that I really should have gotten, where, like, I read them to Jo, and she was like, oh yeah, it's totally that. And I'm like, what are you doing? You're killing me. But I don't think there was anything too embarrassing. I think it was fine. I think I did okay. I mean, I would love to get the chance to do it again. Let's see how it goes. Since I qualified, it's entirely possible that I've burned some brain cells, you know, between doing all the things I'm supposed to be doing and also raising a child, which I guess is also something I should be doing. I'm supposed to be doing that as well, right? You're supposed to raise your kids, right? Doing a weekly NAQT buzzword pop culture competition thing as well, which is basically 50 quiz bowl style toss-ups.
Is it working?
I did that this morning as a warm-up for this other thing, which was good. It was actually really good, but it did mean that by like 10 o'clock I'd gone through, you know, 100 competition caliber quiz questions, and I'm now, like, the rest of my day is like, all right, hit the ground running. And now I'm off to therapy, and when I get back, it'll be 2 p.m. and I can actually start my day on the upside, I am ahead of the game. Still wrestling with the idea of being, you know, what my life as a content creator is going to look like. And one thing I've noticed, you know, looking through, I've started noticing, or maybe there's algorithms that are serving this stuff to me now as I'm starting to kind of think about it and muse about it, is talking about how to do this, how to do this and not burn out, how to create content, how to stay on top of yourself and make sure everything is okay and that you don't burn out and go crazy. I think I've got a plan, but I am moving a bit in the wrong direction in terms of carving time and space out. But maybe that's just the month of July. I've got a couple of very ambitious deadlines that need to be fixed and just gotten through. And then August is hopefully a little more restful. I can start, you know, making actual films. I'm really excited about that. That would be the most wonderful thing in the world, and I cannot wait to get to it. I've been practicing, you know, all kinds of stuff. I've shot so much footage, I've shot so much B-roll, and I just want to unpack it and figure out exactly what the deal is with it. And I'm at where I have to be. I will be. But take care of yourself. Be kind. Stay curious. I'll see you later.